Breaking news out of Houston. The Houston Texans have just made a major move on their offense. The Texans have officially traded for David Montgomery from the Detroit Lions. And this move could completely change the identity of Houston's offense around CJ Stroud. Montgomery is one of the most physical backs in the NFL. But in Detroit, he was always sharing the backfield. Now in Houston, he might finally become the true running back one. We're breaking down the trade, Montgomery's stats, why the Texans moved on from Joe Mixon, and what this means for Houston moving forward. According to reports, the Texans are acquiring David Montgomery in a trade with the Lions. Houston sends offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, a 2026 4th-round pick, a 2027 7th-round pick, and in return, the Texans get a proven power running back who has been one of the most consistent backs in the league over the last few years. For Houston, this is a move about identity and physicality. Let's talk about Montgomery's production. Over the last 3 seasons with Detroit, Montgomery has been extremely productive despite sharing carries. He totaled 2,506 rushing yards, 33 rushing touchdowns, and averaged roughly 4.5 yards per carry. But what makes Montgomery special isn't just the yardage. It's the ability to break tackles, finish runs through contact, dominate at the goal line. He's one of the most physical runners in the entire NFL. In Detroit, Montgomery was never truly the featured back. That's because the Lions had Jahmyr Gibbs, one of the most explosive running backs in football. Gibbs was the home hitter, Montgomery was the bruiser. So Montgomery often played the role of power back and short yardage specialist. He was productive, but he was never the centerpiece of that offense. Now that he's in Houston, that situation changes. The Texans just released Joe Mixon, which opens up the door for Montgomery to step in as a clear lead back. And that could make this offense even more dangerous. Think about the weapons Houston already has. You got CJ Stroud at quarterback, Nico stretching the field, Dell creating separation, and Dalton Schultz working the middle. Now add a physical running back who can control the ground game. Montgomery gives Houston something they didn't consistently have last season: a reliable downhill runner. A back who can convert third and short, wear down defenses, and finishes drives in the red zone. That matters because when defenses have to respect the run, it opens up play action opportunities for CJ Stroud. And that's when this Texans offense becomes extremely difficult to stop. Houston already had one of the most explosive passing attacks in the NFL. Now they add a back who can slow the run game down and punish defenses. In the playoffs, that balance becomes critical. Teams that can both throw and run effectively are the teams that make deep postseason runs. But even with this move, there's still one major area the Texans need to address: the offensive line. If Houston really wants to unlock the full potential of David Montgomery and protect CJ Stroud long term, the offensive line has to improve. Because a strong offensive line would allow Montgomery to fully dominate in the run game. And it would give Stroud even more time to attack defenses downfield. If the Texans fix the offensive line, this offense could become one of the most complete units in the entire NFL. This trade might not be the flashiest move of the offseason, but it could end up being one of the most important moves for Houston offense. David Montgomery finally gets a chance to become more than just part of a committee. Now he steps into Houston as a lead running back for one of the most exciting young teams in the league. So what do you think? Did the Texans make their offense tougher? Or did Detroit quietly win this trade? Let me know in the comments. And if Houston can fix the offensive line, this team might be even more dangerous in the AFC. Thank y'all for watching. And DRDTakes is out. God bless.